share my idea and also vision as the company for the Roland DG Corporation. And we have been the manufacturer of the large format printers globally. And we have been dealing business in India for the past 30 years together with the Upsum Infotex, Mr. Dadu. And we don't just provide the printer itself, but we try to add value to what customers can do with the printers. And at the same time, it is very much critical to also provide a very good service for the end users, to provide the very stable situation for the customers to be able to realize those high added value to the printers. And the reason that I came to India this time is for me to understand the potential of the future growth of India, and also to celebrate with Upsum of the 30 years of the relationship with them in India. And we would like to do much more of our business and try to expand not only the portfolio, but also to provide more high added value solutions for the end users. And basically that's our aim of growing our business in India, and that's the main reason that I came to India this time. So I would like to thank Mr. Dadu for continuing our business in India in a very healthy and sustainable way, and we will keep on growing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kevin, do you want to say anything? Do you want to say if there are any questions? The president, the top person in the Roland DG Corporation, Mr. Kohei Tanabe with us. We have been working together for last more than 30 years, and I think we have shared the journey in Roland.
Yeah.
He was always in Japan, and then he has risen to the level of president. And Roland has been a very Japanese company. And it has been great experience working with a company like Roland. And I think India is the right and the apt market for the Roland products over here. We may have seen some ups and downs with COVID around, but I think now that we are on a cusp of a high growth market for Roland in the Indian subcontinent, and we have taken several initiatives which are very new, and we did some print innovation summits along with Roland. We have done the third edition this week in Delhi, and I think with initiatives like this, the Prismo, the Alliance, the e-commerce, all these initiatives are towards growing the Roland business in India, and we are very confident. And that is coming from our experience, because I think Upsum has a network spread all over India and also South Asia, and we have our support structure there. We know internally how strong the product is, how easy it is to operate, and how simple it is to repair just in case it is required. So I think we'll continue with the same legacy, and I'm sure we'll have a great future together. So if anyone has any questions to Mr. Tanabe, and by the way, let me introduce Mr. Kevin is the head of, he's the product management, and Roland acquired, maybe you can tell about Dimens, please, 2 words.
Yes, last year in October, we acquired a company called Dimens, and although I'm Japanese, I have a name Kevin because I was born in the States. Now I'm living in Lithuania. This company has a very unique technology of embossing while it prints, structure prints. We have some samples at the booth, so we will be happy to show it to you. But that's a latest new technology that we obtained as a company, Roland DG Group, to offer new solutions to our customers. That's one of the applications, but potentially there are many ways of using this technology, not only wall coverings, but for example, canvases, SCG graphics, POP. There are many ways of using it, and that's the reason why we work together with partners like Mr. Dadu. Technology is one side of the things. We always need market and technology, and we call it in Japanese 2 wheels. If we have 2 wheels working together, we can achieve a value. So we have technology. Wall covering is one of the applications, but working with Epson, we can expand a lot of applications for our fellow customers.
Tony?
And Mr. Tony he's an American now living in Japan for last 5 years.
Yeah.
So we have multinational company like Roland, and maybe Tony, a few words on your role, please.
I will just say that, to add to what Kevin said, our goal is always to unleash creativity, and it really takes those two wheels: the market, which we have from our partners, and also the creativity of the local market helps our products be better. And we really consider ourselves partners to that relationship. So whether it's the Dimense printer, which can go into a variety of applications, or our new series of eco-solvent and UV products, the limitations are really only the education and the creativity of the user. So together, we always want to support the marketplace to unleash that creativity and build new possibilities. Sorry if I'm shouting. I'm the American, so.
I mean, there are some, let's say, ways that they have taken away some of the printing business itself, but we believe that there's a way that we could add value to the printing itself, and that was what Dimense is one of the applications that we are showing as a new add value, that you can have the 3D embossing effect onto that. So it's a kind of stay still picture with a 3D embossing effect. That will give more like an attraction to the people that we try to provide. So that's yes and no, but we will do our best to provide our own solution, which will attract people for the signage.
Tony wants to add something?
You want to go first?
You can go first. You're American.
So I would say that in many markets we've had this question, and I know that it's very important to the Indian market right now. This is something that many customers are asking. And I cannot say that every market will follow the same path, but we do see that now, after many years of digital signage in other markets, there is a synergy or a partnership that happens where print is still 80 to 90% of the work, and it's complemented by digital in the right applications.
I must thank Sonam for asking this question. We didn't ask him first.
Oh, did you? Okay. I'll get back at you later. For a big part of this is we're going to invest in India. So part of it is through our partnership and kind of supporting them with additional resources. And look at the things they've launched just recently: the Pismo Alliance, the Print Innovation Summit. These things are here to help. But also, we're going to add additional resources. We've launched a large amount of products in the last 2 years. And a lot of these products are geared toward markets like India. So, for a long time, what our strategy was to work with great partners, but we kind of had one set of products and really kind of one approach to the marketplace. As markets change, we realized that we needed to kind of focus on what the needs of each market were individually. And when we look at the Indian market, there are products that we feel like would be better suited for the Indian market. Not to restrict anything, but to focus on those products to really focus on our growth here. So it's through partnership, investment, education, and really purpose-built products to support the market. There are definitely production machines, and it starts really with the ER642. So for roll-to-roll eco-solvent usage, ER642, UV roll-to-roll, UG642, these are faster machines. And now you see we separate or delineate our product line. So we have kind of an entry-level, very kind of high-quality, high color gamut, and then we go into a production, same really good color gamut and quality, but more focused at high-speed production. And we will keep adding to that. So yes, not all of it is available today, but it is a constant evolution as we get feedback from the marketplace.
What about the inks?
Well, so now we have a full breadth of ink, and we'll continue the R&D to keep bringing new ink. So eco-solvent, UV, latex, aqueous. We really kind of hit all those points. I respect any customers or any potential customer saying that knowing what they need for their business, and every customer or potential customer is going to be different. But we aim to satisfy as many of them as possible, and we're going to do this always through partnership and listening first, right? So most importantly is we have a customer who's growing their business, is financially stable, and can build their business with us. So that means we're going to constantly keep launching new equipment, and new equipment focused on this marketplace.
And any more new sizes for Resin coming?
Not that I can talk about it this time. I'm sorry. A lot that we do as a company to try to be more environmentally sustainable. So we take a lot of actions. We're based in Japan. That's a key reason. But we take a lot of ownership in this because we're a global company. So we do a lot of the efforts in our manufacturing, in how we buy energy, in the types of products we make. So, always doing the ink technology testing, trying to look at things like latex or UV, which might have better sustainability in the marketplace. Building our printers, simple things like building our printers with high quality metals that can be recycled. Offering trade-in programs in many regions so we can take back old equipment. Working with material vendors to try to look at more and more non-PVC materials. I mean, one of the reasons that we partnered with Dimens was they have this ability to make in Lithuania non-PVC materials, especially focused on wall coverings, but that can be started using for other marketplaces. But I think the most crucial step to all of this, because these are all good things, some of which are copied by others, but they're all good things, but the biggest thing is education. And I don't mean, he didn't pay me to say this, but we'll go back to Opsin and Mr. Dadu, and really it's that partnership and education in the marketplace, because we can take these steps to be sustainable and keep listening to the market and keep going that way, but we need the customers and the markets and the brands to follow, or to even demand that we speed up. It's together that we have to do this. We can't do it alone. I mean, one of the things that we're not really focusing on here, but that we're very proud of, is we started doing more cloud-based softwares. And this is important to us because, one, it allows us to give more tools to the operator. It makes the hardware smarter, and we know we can upgrade software at any time. So we can keep adding value even though the customer already has made a purchase. So as we learn more about their needs, as we learn more about the market, maybe new ink technologies or new medias, we can upgrade that device remotely. We can also give service and support the opportunity to look at that device if it's far away. So we don't have to go on site. We can look at it and say, what is the problem here? And we know that about 80% of our calls can be fixed remotely. So that's huge. And that's just one segment, one little piece of what drives us. And maybe you can talk about the rest.
Okay, he took the good part. I think. Okay, India. If you see India, I was here how long? 25 years ago?
26 years back.
Yeah, and I came back again.
He was very young the first time.
Yeah, I'm still young, but India is growing in a very, very fast speed, right? I don't have to say this to you, of course. There are a lot of new brands coming in, retail shops, which means there'll be a lot of different needs, diversified. And probably we are one of the only ones who provide different solutions. Eco-solvent, resin latex, UV, flatbed, roll-to-roll, small, up to larger ones. Some people will say, why do we have so many? It's confusing, right? But the market or the customer requires different needs. Maybe they will do it, they want to do a same signage, right? But some people wanted to do indoor, more safer. Some people are in rush to deliver. The lead time is slow, so they cannot wait. They want to do laminate and quickly deliver. There are different needs. We try to work with the customers. That's why we have different technology in our labs. And depending on the market requirements, we will come up with the solutions to fit. So technology-wise, we have many.
I think we forget how much print there is out there, right? And I live in Japan, and there is a lot of print out there, but it is worldwide. And so there are a lot of things that we could replace with digital signage, but it would make no sense, right? So I don't want to say, well, it's impossible to do, but it's not the right way to do it, right? So when we go through, and Kevin said it, the viewing distance. When we go through the viewing distance, the time, when we look at objects printing, that's not going to be replaced by digital anytime soon, and probably never. When we go through our airport and we see the SEG graphics, yes, some of them are replaced by digital signage, but the majority of them are not, because we need to glance at them at a moment's notice. All the wayfinding that we have in our subways, in our streets, in our hospitals, in our schools, all the wayfinding is not going to be replaced by digital. And we also forget that digital requires us to have it on, and it requires someone to design for it. Whereas the beauty of print is that we design one for it and it has an impact. This can be replaced by digital, but it's not going to have the same impact as this banner. Also, digital has the ability to disappear into the framework of the environment, right? So we notice a digital, print, but I think of it as digital. But print has the possibility of disappearing into the framework of our lives. So it's not something that is glaring at us, right? So there's print all around you at all times that we don't even register, but is sending you messages. So I think the thing we have seen in other communities and other marketplaces is that after an initial excitement over digital displays, it comes down to, what is the purpose of this piece of graphic? Is this entertainment? Is this information? Is this something that needs to constantly change? Is this something that I have 2 seconds to see, or that I actually want to stop someone and keep them standing there for a period of time? Those decisions mean, do I use print or do I use a digital display? And most of the time, in even some of the most advanced print markets in the world, most of those times, 90% of it ends up as a print. And again, it might be a print on a bottle, but it's still a printed piece. And I'll say one of the biggest trends right now is printing on objects and doing that kind of customization.
For retail? Retail?
How is a Roland printer different from the other printers?
So
For the retail industry.
Retail market. So in-store or customization of retail products. This has been a joy of ours for many years. So we started many years ago launching a product called the LEF. We were early to the market with it. We've since had many copiers. We have the next generation in the booth of the MO. That's the production small format flatbed. And we've even had so much demand for retail that we've made a smaller version called the BD. So we have the BD8 in the booth. These are all objects, not all the objects we have for retail, but these were all objects that were demanded by the marketplace for the retail applications. So one of the things we love, and I know we've talked about it with Mr. Dadu and Epson and their work with brands, but we also will globally work with brands to supply products to global brands around the world in multiple installments. And really, it's a lot of fun. Most retail wants customization, and customization is always going to be different depending on the brand and the market. So even one brand has different needs in different markets. So we've made a full platform of small to large and to even production type equipment for retail in these different ink types. So in this case, UV and solvent, and also DTF, to allow for customization in that marketplace. And we still have our cutting technology as well. So we have rotary and vinyl cutting technology to supplement that as well. And it's all tied up in our software. So we have single point software that actually allows people to tie into kiosks. So what I'm trying to say is we love it. We're very passionate about it. We have a lot of products for retail customers. And we work hand in hand both locally and globally with brands to make sure we can meet their needs. And I don't know any single point or any single manufacturer that has all that. Sorry, very passionate about that.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.